Hello and welcome back to the Adrenaline Heights Park, where we got ourselves a lot of coasters, but there's one who doesn't belong over here. So then again, this was our startup coaster, so yeah, he's kind of excused the flat Alexis. But yeah, for the rest, it would have been an all wooden area. I mean, well, you know, we'll just pretend he's not there. I mean, in this view, we can hardly see him anyway, so... Yeah, now, last time, we built yet another coaster. This one over here, the Minaxis, and we do not have the ratings for it yet. However, it is all set up. Oh, except for this one thing. Is that also set up over here? There it is. So yeah, basically we're just waiting for the ratings, and well, I think that we can spend our time doing useful things while we wait for those ratings. And basically, since we now have all wooden coasters at least once, and some even twice, I think it's time to move on to this area of the park and start building steel stuff over here. However, I also think that we might want to build more thrill rides. Not the ones that we have already. I mean, that would be stupid. No, new ones. New ones that will not ever lure any guests in them. I mean, perhaps when it's raining, but otherwise they won't. I'm talking about the dome and the shoebox. Yeah, I think we should build these two. I mean, even though they're bad rides, they do lure in guests to the park, despite them not wanting to go on it. So, we'll build those in a moment. But I do also think we should now do a vandalism check. We haven't done one in a very long while, and are we going to regret that? Actually, I mean, looking at the park, it's actually rather new. It looks well, you know, taken care of, well maintained and all that. No, it's not. I mean, I didn't check for the vandalism, but it's not really a mistake or anything. I mean, was it needed? Well, good to know. There, view back to normal. Now I'm thinking of building the dome and the motion box like right over here, and the thing is that we do not need to give these proper cues because there won't be any guests going on them anyway. So with that knowledge in mind, we can actually cram pack these really ultra tight, and it's not a problem. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We are gonna build the dome right now. And that's gonna be fitted right over here. Look, we'll have the entrance be there, exit be there, and look how we're gonna hook this up. I mean, one tile done. Oh man, it's so simple. And the same is true over here, really. Oh, perhaps I want to go like this, so we don't create a square. I mean, that's the only reason, really. I mean, squares are bad and all that. There, look, well. Nice and easy, as simple as that. Just spam, click, boom, cinema. I mean, imagine if you're a guest and you're walking there and all of a sudden, you know, you blink with your eye and there's a full-blown dome cinema. Yeah, that must be a pretty weird experience, I can only imagine. Now, we are gonna try and give it the best by at least having the best movie in there. We'll put it to 10 minutes and we will charge... I don't know. I don't think we should even charge $5 for this because it's gonna be a bad ride anyway. The guests won't like it, so... Yeah, we're just gonna leave the default price. We'll open it up. And we are gonna call this... Tamolexis. Because it's a tamed ride, really. I mean, compared to all the other stuff that we got, it's definitely a tamed ride. So, a domesticated. Ooh, yeah. Domesticate-Alexis. Domesticate-Alexis. Oh, that sounds a lot. Wow, yeah. Most definitely. Anyway, I'm not really happy about these colors, but you know, sometimes you just have this moment of creativity and a name pops up. No, but since it's, you know, like I said, it's a bit of a tame and domesticated ride, we'll just have it blend in with the environment. There! Nobody will ever notice it, apart from the bright white building, but yeah, well, what can we do, right? Now, then the shoebox. And the shoebox is actually quite small, so what I'm hoping is that we can Yeah, it seems that we can. We can fit that in right there, which we will do. In fact, would it be smart to... I guess it would be smart to have it right next to over here. So actually, we need to build it on that square. Well, let's arrange that. Look. Done. Wow, that easy, that simple. Yeah, alright, we do need like a... Come on, tree, be gone. We do need a proper queue for this, so... Or an exit path, not a queue, I mean, who needs queues, right? So let's clear some of the forest for it. And let's see here. I mean, I don't believe that any guys will be foolish enough to go onto these rides. I mean, they shouldn't. Or if they do, they might be sick. Their mutation might be wearing off. Also, we will... No, that's not really what I wanted. I wanted this. And then the red one. There, that's how I would like to see it. Now, we'll do it like this. Not that it's needed, but we'll do it anyway, you know, just tradition really. And we'll set up the shoebox after we clear the window spam. Now, you are gonna have your best movie in there as well. We're also gonna leave the default price because nobody will go on it anyway. And we are gonna call this the Kinectolaxis. Oh yeah, you know, from kinetics and all that. I mean, it is motion simulator, motion kinetics. You get it? I do, but yeah, maybe that says enough about me. Now, you know, for coloring, I mean, it's only the stripes really, so I mean, why bother? Yeah, to be honest, indeed, why bother? Now, these two rides, I mean, I don't really know, are they guests coming into the park for it? They are, in droves actually, or are they leaving? No, they're not. The ballooned ones are. So there's, it's like more or less equal, so yeah, it's helping, but it's not helping enough. Now, yeah, let's also get like one staff dude out here. You know, let's not forget the basics. The stuff that made this park great and flourish as it does right now. Do we need... Well, this we don't really need. We could do with a new monkey. I mean, we just did a vandalism check and was no need for it. So I don't think we need like an extra guard. But an extra entertainer might do nicely. Now then, yeah, so, I mean, this is not going to, you know, magically make us complete the park, these two rides, hell no. What we need is steel coasters, and if I look at our cash, we have 10 grand, that's good, but, you know, the stuff that I want to make is most likely going to be even more expensive. So what I'm thinking is building a duo steel wild mouse one, so that we can get some serious money, and then we'll jump right in with the expensive stuff, like flying coasters, hyper coasters, and all that. I'm actually thinking of building this last because it can just go, I mean, look at this, it can go above the sky, because the sky is at 60 as we know, and this one can go above it. So I'm thinking of saving this one for last, because basically we can just, if need be, we can just build it, you know, like the station at this height, and then we still got 30 heights to play around with. So, yeah, that's pretty good. The other coasters, what, 86? What? Alright, so you're even... Yeah, but this is the hyper coaster. I mean, we pay for that height. This is a full 1,000 cheaper. So, yeah, you pay for that height there. This one, yeah, see, pretty much all the other coasters are quite limited in terms of the height. I mean, this one, I mean, the most expensive one, notwithstanding. All the other ones are pretty limited. So, yeah, we're gonna save at least... This one we're gonna build. This one we're gonna save for later, and yeah, good. Well, it's decided. We are gonna build this one. However, as it stands currently, basically we've more or less divided the park in half, more, well, 2/3, 1/3, more or less, and yeah, this is the area where I want to build these steel coasters. However, it's not that big, even though it looks remarkably empty. I don't think we can cram in like more than 8 coasters in here. 8 is already stretching it, going pretty compact style. And these, basically what I want is I want to build a quick 2 of these that do have the right ratings but do not take up that much space. What I'm thinking is like this corner over here, with like this line being the extension of this track piece, more or less. Maybe go a little bit above over here, but that's pretty much it. And then we can fiddle around here, here, here. The thing is though, there's only 2 places really where I can put the station. I could put it above everything, but then the station would be at least at height 10, perhaps even 11. And at height 11, I mean, there's no massive hill to profit from. This coaster, it's gonna be a real tough job to get it up to par with the intensity preference. So we need to build the station on the ground. However, there is this lake, which I'm not going to remove. I mean, I think it's cute. Oh, cutie cutie lakey lakey. But yeah, if we take a look at the height markers over here, it says height 5. That means that if we were to build the stations below it, we need to go to height 3. The path, however, and yeah, I know numbers, but it's at height 9. That means that we need to climb 6 height. 6? That's a lot. Just to hook up the queue and exit. Crazy, alright? And we are gonna do it, because that's how we are. Now, we will build a custom design. We will just start it over here, so I don't lose the window and I don't need to reopen it again. And yeah, we will start building it. Now, this is not the definitive line of where we are gonna build our coaster. Right now we're at the right height. So, we are going to build it. Yeah, I think this line is actually good. So, and then station platform all the way. Alright, if I build the entrance over here, can I... Oh, I can actually do that. Alright, that's interesting. We will build the exit over there. Now, unlike with all the previous coasters... speaking about coasters, one thing that I kind of forgot is to check out the ratings of our last 2 editions from last video. So, let's check out Minaxis and Kleptomanolexis. They both now have the synchro option ticked on, as you can see, set up and all. So, we know the Kleptomanolexis was not the coaster that we had hoped. And it's certainly gotten better. I mean, 7.9 is a lot more acceptable. Pretty good, I might add, actually. I mean, it's still a little bit below what I wanted, but I can live with a 7.9. I mean, that's like a 0.6 increase in total, because it was 7.31 at first. Yeah, I can live with that. The Minaxis, though, I mean, these ratings will be completely new, so let's check them out. Ooh, look at that. A 9 in the intensity, spot on target, and 8.24 in the excitement. That is actually pretty good. And the guests love it as well. So, well, I am pretty... Oh, nice. Nice. Again, I don't know. I mean, we need to build different coasters over here with high intensity, but I seem to just be spot on with all the track design. Does that say something about the game? Or about me? Oh man, I should not self-gloat so much. Anyway, we were building over here, and what I was saying is that we're gonna approach things a little bit different over here, in that I am going to completely hook everything up here first, and then will I build the tracks. And I will hook up both coasters that are gonna be here. So yeah, I kind of need to get the other station right there now. And yeah, this is only so that I don't botch it up for myself later on when how am I gonna do this? No, but so I don't botch it up for myself later on when I need to build the tracks or the paths, and it turns out that the tracks have made it completely impossible to do so. So, let's see here. Yeah, that is, I think, exactly in parallel. Perfect. Right. Pause that. No, actually, we need the entrance. There. And there. Oh. Okay, interesting. Well, fine then. Anyway, what we now need, I mean, these coasters are both nice. What we need is we need to extend our path a little bit. I want a path to go across over here, all the way up till here. Now, aside from these steel wild mouse coasters, because they really need to be underground due to, you know, I mean, the type of coaster that they are. All the other ones, though, and they do not. And in fact, we will build these stations above ground, above the path, so that we have more space in the underground to do cool stuff. Because right now the underground is like, you know, there's some track over here, but over here where all the stations are, it's really difficult. So I'm trying to avoid that by having these stations all be like this, and they're all going to be facing, you know, like well, make like a 90-degree turn, and yeah, you know, they're all going to be facing this way. So it should make you know, for some different looks and all that. At least that's the plan, of course. I don't really know if it's gonna work out, but hey, I never do, and so far I've been pretty lucky. Now then, oh, first we actually need this path that I was just talking about. We are gonna build it from over here, just up till there. Yeah, well, we'll just go around over here. We won't go over it. There, that's more than enough for now. So let's quickly get benches out here. I know we should also place facilities, but those can wait for when we have the coaster. Now then, staff. I think that just the one handy dude is more than enough for now, really. We don't need anything else at the moment. So there, done. Nice and easy, I'd say. Right, well, yeah, hook up these coasters. So let's just quickly make a plan for that, because it's gonna be quite a challenge. Ideally, I'd have the coaster hook up over here, and then have the exit path go... I can't go above the station. I would have loved to do so, but what I could do though is go over here and then have it all hook up here. And then you... Because what we're gonna have a lot of tracks over here, so I don't really want to build too much underground path there. Really, what I want is for this to go up. Then it should really hook up like over here somewhere, so that's the aim. You know what, let's first get these exit paths actually. I mean, we can always... No, let's not. Let's not do that. Right, let's just get it built. I mean, speaking about it or building it, two different things. Alright, so we needed to terraform there already. I think right now I'm on the right line as well. Oh man. Oh, that makes it a lot more visible. Alright, we can go up here now, which is what we'll do. We'll actually terraform one up. I mean, you never know really when we're gonna need that space. And now go up. That hooks it up. It's rather short, but for some reason I'm not really that concerned about it. Now, this is going to be an issue. Really, ideally, I'd have it go over here. I'm not really sure, but... Oh, that will hook it up. Oh, brilliant. Perfect. I mean, in all honesty, I couldn't have done it any better, really. There, that's closed off. Now the other coaster. In terms of queue, I mean, hooking it up over here is not the most efficient way of doing things. Ideally, I mean, over here, but that's not possible because I've effectively blocked everything off. So what I want to do really is, I mean, how high? It's only one height tile. What I would like to do is go above and then resurface on this line of tiles and hook it up somewhere over there. The exit path will just hook up to the other exit path. So in fact, yeah, let's get this show on the road, shall we? there. Oh man, this is, I mean, this is such a challenge, such an infrastructural challenge, really. Raise or lower the land. Alright, so right now we are on track. Oh man, that was such a cheap... Ah, game? Really? You're telling me that I cannot hook it up over there? Yeah, and of course, I mean... Ah, balls. Alright, fine. We'll need to go up over here then. Then up. And now we need to go over here. And now we need to go up. And then no, actually, I need to go to the entirely other way. Going to think of it. I don't like doing it, but I feel like I should. Otherwise, we might not be able to hook it up where I want it to hook up. So this, a bloody tree, be gone. There, be gone. Alright then. Right, nice, nice. Alright, this one's in the bag. Track building is not going to be easier right now. You know, just saying, just saying. We actually need to go this way. And then this way. And then over here. And right now I can't see for the life of me where I'm going with this. Can I go? Yeah, I can go over there. Fine. Footpath in the way. Really? There is some footpath in the way there. I have no clue to which footpath that is, but it must be something... Not really. Well, it doesn't really matter. We can do this. It actually does matter, but fine, we will terraform over here till we have a clear path, which we have over right now. Alright, this is anything but an elegant solution, I might add. Right, I actually need to go down over here as well. Yeah, this is anything but a clean solution. However, it is a solution. So I should not complain. Ew, though. Really? I mean, ew. This is anything but a beauty solution. Oh man. Right. Yeah, get some trash cans down there. I mean, we'll worry about this once the coasters are built, which is the thing that I should worry about right now. Because yeah, we only got so much time. So let's start building you. And we will start with going down one, and then we'll curve there, and we'll go up in a lift. Boom, just like that. Straight away up in a lift. And then same over here, all the way. Bam. Height 16, that's all we can get to. Unless, of course, there is a tree in the way. Balls, I mean trees. Really, we could also go the other way, and the question remains though, what good it would do. Well, I mean, there's no harm in trying, of course. And then, so height 19 at the moment is more or less it. Now, if we then make a drop to pretty much as low as we can go, we come at height 3. Alright, so that's actually a bit too low. It's a shame, but it's really the max we can get from this coaster. Now, look at this. Right, so at height... No, we should not balls it like that too much. In fact, you know what? We can just lift it. Yeah, alright, fine, we'll lift it. I mean, this coaster can go somewhat higher. It's just that it needs this big drop. And then, right now, we will make this a regular coaster. and it will behave as such. And in fact, I think it would be rather cool if we could have this interfere with a few other rides. Alright, tree, yeah, sure, fine, whatever, we'll remove you, not an issue. You want it? We do. Yeah, I kind of want to go around the tower. I mean, as you might have figured. I mean, we have one, we should utilize it, right? Look, and then we'll even have a drop around the tower. Oh man, it's so amazing. The stuff we do in this park, truly amazing. Now, we are over here, and I don't want to fill up too much terrain with track, so that's exactly what I'm doing. And, yeah. Ooh, can I actually... This works, right? It does. Nice, nice. Alright, that's good. That's really good, actually. And then we'll go over here. And then, let's see, we'll go over there. Now we need to go to height 3, so we got a ways to go, really. And if I go straight one more, and then over here, I can now go down, which is exactly what I'll do, and find that there is probably a path over there. But that is exactly the reason why we have just built it, because if we do indeed encounter a path, then I mean, my method is just amazing, really. All I gotta say. Height 7. Yeah, so over here it should all be good. It's a bit hard to for me to tell what I'm doing, but I guess I'm in the right place. And if not, well, balls for me. Oh yeah, and the station is actually at the other end of all of this. So yeah, you know what? We will drop down once more. Oh, if I do it like this, now we are at height 3. I don't know though how far I can go with this in terms of the path. I mean, I can't see the path, so that's a bit of an issue. I do know though that over here I have all the freedom in the world to do whatever, so I might as well try and get this one back to the station. There, with a nice twist at the end. Look at this. Bam! Hooked up. Well, you can go test riding straight away. And now we got the opportunity to build the other coaster. So let's do that. You there, coaster. We will build you. Oh man, so many windows open at the same time. Ah well, we will deal with it. Yeah, so I have more or less filled up a lot of area over here. So this coaster needs to have the lift at another place, really. It's going to be difficult to pull off, but really difficult in fact. So we'll lower you to rock bottom. We will have you go over here. In fact, we will have it go straight all the way till the park's edge. And then, in fact, we will, no, we won't have that, but we will even have it go all the way over there, make a U-turn for it, and now it will go up. Can I, please? Oh no, alright, so that was one too early. That's fine though, we will go up right now. Look, this should be... No? Really? No. Alright, so apparently we were still one too early. Right now then? Come on, man. For once it should work, right? Yeah, it does. Look, and now we are too high for supports, but this is actually rather good. Ooh, I think we should have all ratings. Just too extreme. I do believe though that is because of the massive speed speed that they gain over here, you know, at this first part. If I manage to squeeze in some more height over here, then we're golden. So yeah, before I continue on that other coaster, let's fix up this one over here. I mean, it's just too extreme. I think if we add a few more track pieces to this, which we can well do, I mean, we got plenty of space for that, then it should all be really golden. So, oh, let's not have these sharp curves in there. I mean, that was what we would have needed otherwise, so... Oh. Okay, that's not gonna work. Yeah, I could have seen that. Right, so far it's proving to be a bit of a challenge. Tiny bit. Right, you know what, we'll go a little bit over here. And then we'll just do it like this. No, can't do that. Can do this though. That works remarkably well for me. Right now the coaster will drop a lot of speed, which is good. So yeah, if we test ride this, we should now have a better coaster, I think. In the meantime, we will continue building this as we were doing, and see if we can make something cool with this coaster. Now, I do not want to use up too much space, so we are going to have this one drop to over here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, but if I drop over here, there's no way for me to ever get this in a decent way above ground again. And right now I am really trapped. So this one's gonna have to have a regular design. Hopefully it will have enough intensity to get like high ratings, but we will see. Let's see here. This so far is all nice and dandy. Let's go a little bit above the path over there. In fact, let's actually do that with a drop. There. Right now we are at the other coaster's height. That's alright though. I don't mind that. Now we can't go above the ball because the ball is high. But oh, do we have the ratings? Nice. The good thing is as well is that because everything's built, we can open it up straight away, which is exactly what we are doing. Look, open to the masses. Now, yeah, we'll worry about the coloring later. What we do need is this, a safety dude. For the rest though, let's continue with building this new other rodent coaster. Then we'll have another drop like this. Right now I'm at height 14, which is again exactly the height of the other coaster. For some reason I'm not really fond of those height similarities. Oh well, not much I can do about it. I'm really not fond of this. So we won't be able to go around the tower, which was the plan, but that's alright. Now, look. Where are we getting at right now? At Mr. Tree. But Mr. Tree can be removed from being annoying. Oh, this actually works out too. This is rather cool to go around like this. If I now can get this underground over here to return to the station in an orderly fashion, that would be amazing. In fact, I think I could even go above the other coaster track over here. Just like this, and then have it... Oh, we could even get underground at the entry point for the station. That is pretty cool. Let's do that. Let's see where that takes us, right? We need to go down for that. Like this. And then like this. And right now we're also at different height levels, so we can do other things. What's in the way though? Raise or lower the land? Fine. How about we lower the coaster then? Is that an option? And then there's a roller coaster in the way. Right, so we can only go to height 5 really, which is what we were at. Look, now the speed on it right now will be pretty high, so we need to be careful with where we go. As well as because of the terrain, but fine. Yeah, see, that kind of stuff really is not gonna sit well right now with the coaster at blazing speeds. But what we can do, of course, is go down even more to height 3 and gently see this one back to the station. With gently, I of course mean do have sharp curves at the end. Because that's what these coasters should have, right? Now then, look, let's test ride this one and hopefully they will be good in the ratings. For now though, I need this to be set up proper. See, the thing is with this new coaster is that it's kind of like, you know, it doesn't have a big drop, so I'm a bit worried that it won't be that good. So, oh well, there's only one way to find out really. In the meantime though, we are now going to rename and shame this one coaster. So, you one coaster, how about we are gonna call you the yeah, I mean, steel rodent. No, I mean, that's not, we're not gonna name it after the type that it is, but we are gonna call this, yeah, we are gonna call this necrophosis. And there, with the is of the, no, necrofoxes. Yeah, necrofoxes. Alright, and then we are going to call you, the one still in test, right? Antiphylactic or whatever it is. I mean, that's some kind of medical term, I believe, though I can't really think of what it is, but I've heard it on House, so it must be true. Oh man. Anyway, what we're also going to do, I mean, this one has pretty good ratings, right? We can all agree on that. What we're going to do now is already put it to synchronize. We're only going to let it wait at the most for 15 seconds. Because I think that, you know, even that is a bit long, but there's only 4 peeps who can go onto the car anyway, so we'll do the same over here, of course, and hopefully it won't be too extreme. But, no, well, we'll have to see there. 15 seconds. Now, we got them both named. How about we color this? And since it's, I mean, I must admit that aside from this high point over here, I pretty much stayed within the confines that I set myself. So I'm pretty happy in terms of how compact it is and how much space we still got left. But, yeah, we need to color this, and I think that this corner we could go with a bit more of a, you know, another adrenaline color. I mean, red is a nice adrenaline color, but isn't this adrenaline? No, no it isn't. Blue adrenaline. I mean, this looks rather well, I must say. These red supports are alright with me. Different colors per car as well, that's cool. We are gonna stick with that. And we're gonna have the same supports over here. How cool would it be if we mix this up? To be honest, I think it would look even cooler if we just have them be exactly the same. Now you can't see the difference really, and it all looks to be just one massive track. Oh, that's actually really cool, you know. I mean, yeah, you don't really know, because it can do anything. Even in the underground, it can just do anything, so pretty cool, pretty compact. Now, we will have to find out what the ratings are. But that and more all has to wait for next time, when we play more Rollercoaster Tycoon.